What a roller coaster ride on Wall Street it has been after 6 straight days of losses. The markets, as we know, making a major comeback. 600 points, not to be sniffed at. But the question is, what will tomorrow bring? That's the big question. James Frischling, David Dietze and Veronica Dagher back in to weigh in. Veronica, I'm going to start with you this time. How dependent are we on what happens overnight in China? Are they going to react to this, or are we going to have another blip on the China radar?
We could. I think we'll see what happens in China. We'll see if we see some follow through tomorrow morning in our markets. We've got weekly jobless claims coming out tomorrow that may move the needle a little bit. Want to see if there's any more commentary out of China too. What are they going to do if their growth is in fact slowing as much as we think it is? Are they going to say anything to that regard, and are they going to do anything about it?
Well, that's a good question. David, what the heck is going on in China? Do we really know? We know that they're doing everything they can, they're throwing everything and the kitchen sink in there to try and prop this economy up. But you got the sense, certainly on Monday, there was a bit of loss of control.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, that's the problem. And we know that China was overheated, arguably a bubble. They're trying to deflate it. Is it going to be a hard landing or a soft landing? For a while, we thought Chinese government could engineer that soft landing. Then doubts were raised. In fairness to them, it's very tricky for them to figure out what's going on in their own economy. If you were to ask them and say, gee, you don't really know what's going on, they'd turn it back to you and say, well, what's the Federal Reserve going to do in September? So I give them the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, a bit of the old turnaround, and actually, they would have a point. So, James, what are you looking for tomorrow?
The one thing I'm sure of is we're going to have a volatile day. I have to tell you that. Now, if I could tell you which way it's going to be, which way it's going to go. I like Veronica's point, and I would like to see it be somewhat data-centric, whether it's jobless claims, pending home sales. We also have, personal income and consumer sentiment on Friday. So there's enough data this week. I already talked at the top of the show about, again, the consumer confidence, existing durable goods, housing. So there's a lot of data, and I think I'd like to see it be data-centric, but I will tell you we're going to have a volatile day tomorrow because the vol is certainly up, and that's not going to stop.
And if a lot of this data, Veronica, turns out to be pretty good, durable goods showed good signs of strengthening in business investment. We've had some business confidence numbers. The numbers themselves, the housing market, while not going off the charts, is chugging along nicely. At what point does the Fed say, yeah, you know what, our economy is doing okay, we can handle a 25 basis point hike?
That's a good question, because we have seen some nice data. There's still a lot of the weak spots, but I think they're going to have to see it's going to be a combination of factors. They're watching China, although they're not supposed to be looking at it directly. That's on their radar, so I think they're going to see how that develops and make a decision from there. I think for the individual investor, though, the point is to stay the course. If you have a portfolio and investment allocation that's right for you, stay with it. Don't be watching these day-to-day moves, or you're going to drive yourself crazy, because this is going to be going on for a while.
Is that what you're telling your clients, David?
Yeah, and I also say let's forget to look at what the corporations are doing themselves. We got a trio of retailers finishing up the week: Dollar General, Big Lots, GameStop. Let's see what these lower gas prices is doing in terms of consumer spending, and if they're holding up, that will also give confidence to investors. In fact, Main Street America is doing all right.
Well, we'll see what we're talking about at this time tomorrow. Thank you so much for being here, James, David, and Veronica. We appreciate it.